Hello friends, a very good afternoon and a warm welcome on the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. I am Gaurav Gupta and I'll be continuing this series of sessions that we are conducting for all the students who are preparing for CAT 2023 as well as the other management entrance examinations. Now this is part number 3 of logical puzzles, the series that has started recently, and today in this session, I'm going to take a set which is based on the concepts of games and tournaments. Yes, a very important topic as far as CAT and other exams like ZAT, IFT is concerned. Okay, now games and tournaments is one of the most important areas, and recently in the last few years, we have been seeing plenty of questions coming from games and tournaments. So today I'll be taking only one set, but we'll be talking about the concepts of games and tournaments as well while we'll be solving this particular set. All right. So today the set will contain 5 questions. So there will be only one set, but this set will involve the logics of both the types of tournaments, that is knockout tournaments as well as round robin. So yes, we are going to discuss about knockout tournaments as well as round robin tournaments as far as this session is concerned. So not only the set, not only the questions, we'll be looking at the concepts behind these two types of tournaments. All right. So let us start. And first of all, I'll display the directions, the common set of information which is related to the 5 questions that we'll be doing. Okay. Just read that information, understand that information, and then we'll have a logical analysis of the entire set, talking in detail about the knockout tournaments as well as the round robin tournaments. All right. Okay. So the common information related to this set will appear on your screen. Now, before that, I just want to understand if I'm clearly visible and audible to all of you. All the participants who are there in this session, can you please confirm your presence just by writing something in the chat box? Good afternoon, everyone. I just want to see that if you are actively attending this session, come on. So please write anything in the chat box just to show your presence. You are present here and you all are listening to me and you all are ready to understand the concepts of games and tournaments. Okay, so let us begin. So the first set will be there on your screen. The common set of directions will be there on your screen now. So these are the directions for the first 5 questions. Now read them carefully. Uh, I'll not only be solving this set, but I'll also be telling you the concepts, the basic concepts behind games and tournaments, basic concepts behind round robin tournaments and the knockout tournaments. Okay. So the set says 16 teams have been invited to participate in ABC Gold Cup cricket tournament. Okay. So there are a total of 16 teams. Kushagra, thank you. Valerie, thank you. Good afternoon. All right. So 16 teams have been invited to participate in the ABC Gold Cup cricket tournament. The tournament is conducted in 2 stages. Now carefully have a look at these 2 stages. So the tournament is conducted in 2 stages. The first stage, the teams are divided in 2 groups. Each group consists of 8 teams, with each team playing every other team in its group exactly once. So what do we understand by this? So there are a total of 16 teams. They are divided in 2 groups in the first stage. So we are talking about the first stage now. So total 16 teams are there. They are divided in 2 groups, group A or group B, you can call them. Now, what is happening in every group is every team, each team of a particular group will play with every other team of the same group exactly once. Now, what is this called? This is called a round robin tournament. Round robin, when every team will play exactly one match with every other team. All right, this is called round robin. At the end of first stage, the top 4 teams from each of these 2 groups will advance to the second stage while the remaining teams are eliminated. So we have 8 teams in group A, 8 teams in group B. All right. Then round robin will happen between these teams among the groups. And top four teams of each of the groups are selected and they will advance to the second stage, and the remaining four teams from each of these groups will be eliminated from the tournament. All right. So this is about the first stage. Now talking about second stage. The second stage comprises of several rounds. So how many teams have reached in the second stage? Can you write? How many teams in total have reached the second stage? So discussing about second stage, meanwhile you can write your answer in the chat box. The second stage comprises of several rounds. A round involves one match of each team. The winner of the match in a round advances to the next round, while the loser is eliminated. The team that remains undefeated in the second stage is declared the winner and claims the gold cup. Okay, so what is happening in the second stage? One team will play one match in every round. If it wins, it will go to the next round. If it loses, it will be eliminated of the tournament. So this type of tournament is called knockout tournament. So knockout का मतलब क्या होता है? If you will win, you will proceed. If you will lose, you will be knocked out of the tournament. All right, fine. So the second stage is a knockout. So I can see that this entire question, this entire tournament comprises of two types of tournaments. The first stage has round robin and the second stage has knockout. All right. Okay. Now, the next paragraph gives you a very general kind of information. The tournament rules are such that each match results in a winner and a loser with no possibility of a tie. So कोई भी किसी भी मैच में टाई नहीं होगा. There will be a winner and a loser. In the first stage, a team earns 1 point for every win and 0 point for a loss. At the end of first stage, teams in each group are ranked on the basis of their total points to determine the qualifiers advancing to the next stage. So first stage के बाद क्या हुआ था? First stage के बाद in the two groups, top four teams of each of the groups will advance to the next stage. All right. So once these matches are over in the first stage, the teams in the groups are ranked according to the number of points they have scored, and top four teams will qualify for the second stage. Okay, now ties are resolved by a series of complex tie-breaking rules so that exactly four teams from each group will advance to the next stage. So this is the basic set of information which will be given every time you will see this type of question. All right, so now this is the entire set, and I'll give you 1 minute, or let's take 2 or 3 minutes to find out the answer to my first question. So my first question is to all of you. Listen to this very carefully, or I'll display that question. What is the total number of matches played in the tournament? What is the total number of matches played in the tournament? This is my first question to all of you. Okay, so what you can do is you can start decoding the information. You can start aligning all these matches, calculate the number of matches in the first stage as well as the second stage, and then finally give me the total number of matches which are played in this entire tournament. Okay, now the students who have joined in just now, I'll display the information for all of you. Read this information and find out the total number of matches which are played in this tournament. Now, once I'll get this answer from any one of you, I will start having a discussion. I'll start having a complete analysis of knockout tournaments as well as round robin tournaments. Now, today we are going to discuss in depth, in detail about these two types of tournaments. Let's see if anyone can tell me what will be the number of matches, what will be the total number of matches which are played in this entire tournament. You have the options as 28, 55, 63 and 35. Leave the options behind, okay? Just by yourself try to calculate the total number of matches which are played in the tournament. All right, so let's have a discussion. So total number of matches is option C, as we have seen. Okay, so How did we get this total number of matches? Let's have a complete analysis of this. Okay. Now, first of all, finding the number of matches in a round robin. So first of all, I'll discuss everything related to round robin tournament. Now, what is round robin? Round robin is basically when every team in a group will play one match with every other team. Okay. So if there are 8 teams in total, there are 8 teams in total. I'll call them A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. All right. There are 8 teams in total. So each of these teams will play exactly one match with every other team. All right. So I'll write the teams like this. All right. Now to calculate the total number of matches, I can use different ways to find this. Okay. So one way is simple addition. So A, if I'll consider the first team, then A will play 7 matches, one match with B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. A will play a total of 7 matches. Now after A has played 7 matches, I can say that A will not play any more matches. So next team B, which has already played a match with A. So A ने B के साथ मैच खेला था, तो A और B के बीच में तो मैच हो चुका ना. So now B will not play a match with A. B will play another 6 matches with every team which is written below it. Similarly, C will play another 5 matches with every team which is written below it. D will play another 4 matches. E will play another 3. F will play another 2. G will play another 1. And H will not play any of the match because H has already played one match with every other team. Okay, so this is how you can calculate the total number of matches. Now you can add all these numbers. So 7 plus 6 plus 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So 8, 8, 8, 24, and 4, 28. So if I've added these matches, 28 is the total number of matches that will happen in one of the groups of stage 1 of this tournament. All right. Am I clear? Please write yes in the chat box if you understand whatever I have discussed. This is one way of calculating number of matches. Another way of calculating number of matches is I can say that every team will play a total of 7 matches. So 7, 7, 7 लिख देते हैं. So every team will play a total of 7 matches individually. So if I'll add all of them, 7 into 8 is 56. But here duplications has been done. So A has played a match with B. B has also played a match with A. So a single match is counted twice. I can say that every match is counted twice. So to calculate the correct number of matches, I will divide this 56 by 2. So 56 upon 2 will give me 28. So this is the second method of calculating the total number of matches. All right. Another way of calculating total number of matches is using the concept of combinations. Okay, one match will happen between 2 teams. Okay, so to organize one match, I need to select 2 teams. So the total number of matches will be number of ways of selecting 2 teams out of 8 teams. So it will be 8C2. All right. So if there are n number of teams, if there are n teams, then the number of matches, the total number of matches can be written as NC2. All right. So 8C2, अगर मैं solve करता हूं इसे, I will get 28 again as the answer. All right. So this is the round robin tournament, and this is how we will calculate the total number of matches in such a tournament. I'll give you 30 seconds to absorb this particular thing, and after which I'll take you to the next thing about the knockout tournaments, and then we'll calculate the total number of matches, which will be the answer for the first question. Okay. All right. So I hope all of you have understood, right? Now let's move ahead and look at the knockout tournament. So round robin के बाद knockout tournament. So what happened in the given tournament is, जो हमारा टूर्नामेंट है इसमें क्या हुआ है, इन द फर्स्ट स्टेज, चलो ये बाद में देखेंगे, पहले नॉकआउट finish करते हैं and then we'll talk about what has happened in our question. Now in a knockout tournament, let's say the tournament started with 16 teams. Okay, now knockout tournament happens in different rounds. Okay, round 1, round 2, round 3, and so on. Right now I don't know what will be the total number of rounds. Okay, now in round 1 the number of teams is 16. So number of matches will be exactly half of that. Every team will play only one match. So there are 16 teams. Among 16 teams, there will be 8 matches. Okay, so let's say the teams are A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and so on. So A will play with B, C will play with D, E will play with F, and like this, there will be 16 teams, among which 8 matches will happen. Okay, now in these 8 matches, the winner will go to the next round and the loser will be eliminated from the tournament. So on the basis of only one match, it will be decided whether you will go to the next round or you will be eliminated from the tournament. Okay, so in round 1, there are 16 teams. Among them, there will be 8 matches. Now, in these 8 matches, there will be 8 winners and 8 losers. 8 losers will be knocked out, will be eliminated from the tournament, and 8 teams, 8 winning teams will go to the second round. Okay, now among these 8 teams, how many matches will be played in the second round? So there are 8 teams, 4 matches will be played. Out of these 4 matches, after these 4 matches, there will be 4 losers which will be eliminated, and 4 winners will proceed to the next round. All right, now 4 teams in round 3 will play 2 matches. Okay, so after these 2 matches, there will be 2 losers knocked out and 2 winners will go to the fourth round. Okay, 2 teams will go to the fourth round and there will be last match, only one match which will happen between these teams, and that will decide the winner of this tournament. All right, so this will happen if we start with 16 teams. I hope I am clear with this. Okay, so if I'll talk about the total number of rounds when there are 16 teams, so number of rounds is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 2 raised to the power r is equal to the number of teams. R is the number of rounds. Okay, so 2 raised to the power r, which is equal to the number of teams, will decide the number of rounds. So if the number of teams is 128, so I can write 128 as 2 raised to the power 7, and hence there will be 7 rounds in this tournament. This is the first thing, to calculate the number of rounds. Okay, now second thing we need to calculate is total number of matches. Now number of matches can be calculated in 2 ways. Okay, Kushagra, I'm coming to that. Okay, don't worry. So abhi isko discuss karte hain. When the number of teams is a different number, we'll talk about that. Okay, now number of matches, you can add these matches, 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1. So this will come out to be 15 in this case. Now basically number of matches is always equal to number of teams minus 1. Number of teams minus 1 is equal to the number of matches. There are 16 teams. There will be 15 matches in the knockout tournament. All right. Okay. Yes, Ruturaj, I will take that question. Don't you worry about that. So we have just started. Okay. So I know that such questions will arise, definitely arise. So I will be discussing that. Okay. So number of matches is equal to 15, which is always equal to the number of teams minus 1. What is the logic behind that? ओके ऐसा नहीं है कि ये तुक्के से आ गया या फिर हर बार आएगा या नहीं आएगा, ये सोचना पड़ेगा. सो देयर इज अ बिग लॉजिक बिहाइंड दिस. ओके, नाउ द टूर्नामेंट स्टार्टेड विद 16 टीम्स. अल्टीमेटली देयर इज वन विनर. 16 टीम से स्टार्ट हुआ, अल्टीमेटली देयर इज वन विनर. सो दैट मींस out of these 16 teams, 15 teams are eliminated. Okay, so out of these 16 teams, 15 teams are eliminated and one is the winner of the tournament. Okay, now in every match, one team gets eliminated. So to eliminate 15 teams, I need 15 matches. That is why the number of matches will be 15. Okay. All right. So we have calculated the number of rounds and we have calculated the number of matches in this tournament whenever we have knockout tournament. Okay. Now let us go ahead and talk about the exceptional case which Kushagra and Rudraj have asked if the number of teams is not a multiple of 2. So let's see in what scenario this will happen. Okay. Now before that, I must tell you that if the number of teams, if the number of teams is a perfect power of 2, is in the form of 2 raised to the power n. If the number of teams is in the form of 2 raised to the power n, as in 2, 4, 8, 16, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, then I can say that, let's say if I'll start with 64 teams. So in the first round, there will be 64 teams. Second round 32, then 16, then 8, 4, 2, that's it. Okay, so at every stage the number of teams can be divided by 2. So there will not be any kind of problem that you will suffer, that you will face in such a case. Now what if the number of team is not a power of 2? So Ruturaj and Kushagra and other students, the problem will arise if the number of teams is not a power of 2. Not only an odd number, but a non-power of 2. As in, if the number of teams is, let's say, 20. Okay. So in round 1, the number of teams is 20. The number of matches will be 10. कोई problem नहीं हुई. Round 2, number of teams will be 10. Okay. And there will be 5 matches. No problem at all. But there will be a problem in round 3 when there are 5 teams. Okay. Because 5 teams will win in the second round and will proceed to the third round. Now, in such a scenario, when the number of teams in any round is an odd number, then there is a concept which is called a bye. Bye का concept होता है, bye का मतलब क्या होता है? Without playing a match, a team will proceed from one round to the next round. So total 5 teams are there. Okay. Among these 5 teams, 4 teams will play 2 matches and 1 team will get a bye. I'll again explain you. Bye means without playing a match, a team will go to the next round. Or it will be clearly given in the question what will happen if the number of teams is an odd number in any of the rounds. Okay, this will be given in the instructions of every question that you will face in your examination. So what I'll say is the 5th team, I can say, will get a bye. So without playing a match, it will go in the next round. So now in round 4, how many teams will come? Now in these 2 matches, there will be 2 winners and 1 team will get bye. So again, there will be 3 teams in the 4th round. Now among these 3 teams, there will be 1 match between 2 teams and 1 team which is left will get a bye. So in round 5, how many teams will come? 1 team will come from here and 1 team will come from here. There will be a total of 2 teams. Now these 2 teams will play 1 match and the tournament will end. Okay. Valerie, on what basis will it get a bye? So Valerie, this particular condition or information will be given in the question. So it may be possible that out of these 5 teams, the best team, the topmost team will get a bye and the remaining 4 teams will play 2 matches. Okay. So this particular thing will be given in the question whenever we'll be solving that. Okay. All right. So this is how we can find out the total number of matches in a particular tournament, be it a knockout or be it a round robin. Right. Now let's talk about our question now. हमारे question में क्या था? Total 16 teams were there. Okay. The tournament happened in 2 stages. So let's talk about the first stage. First stage, the teams are divided in 2 groups. Okay. So wait, I'll open a blank sheet. Now stage 1, let's say group A and group B. So group A number of teams is 8 and group B number of teams is 8. Now type of tournament is round robin. Okay. So when there are 8 teams in a group, the number of matches we have already seen is 28 and 28. So total number of matches in stage 1 is equal to 56. So 56 matches will be played in stage 1, 28 in group A and 28 in group B. Okay. Now, after stage 1 completion, stage 2 will happen. And what will happen in stage 2? Top 4 team from each of the groups will advance to stage 2. So in stage 2, total number of teams is 8. All right. Total number of teams is 8 in stage 2. I'm clear up to this point, I hope. Okay. Now, if there are 8 teams in stage 2, can you all write the number of matches in stage 2? What will be the number of matches in stage 2 if there are 8 teams and we are given that stage 2? Stage 2 kya hai? The second stage comprises several rounds. A round involves one match of each team. The winner of match will advance to the next round and the loser will be eliminated. So it is basically an elimination round or a knockout tournament. So stage 2 is a knockout tournament having 8 teams. So the number of matches will be number of teams minus 1, that is 7. So in total, there will be 7 plus 56. That is 63 matches that will happen in the entire tournament. So the answer for the first question that we have, what is the total number of matches played in the tournament? Answer will be 63. All right. Absolutely, Kushagar. Good. So total number of matches I can say is 63 as we have already seen. Okay. Now let's talk about the next thing, a very important thing. So again, let me open a blank sheet. Okay. Now let's look at the second question. Now the second question is asking the minimum number of wins needed for a team in the first stage to guarantee its advancement to the next stage. So I have seen that in the first stage, there was group A and there was group B. Okay, there were 8 teams in group A, 8 teams in group B, and top 4 teams from each of these groups will advance to the next round. Okay, so question is minimum number of matches a team must win in the first stage to guarantee its position. This is a very important word, to guarantee its position in the next stage. मिनिमम कितने मैचेस जीतने पे मेरे को श्योरिटी है कि मैं नेक्स्ट स्टेज में चला जाऊंगा. श्योरिटी होनी चाहिए, पॉसिबिलिटी नहीं. They are talking about the surety. Okay, so let's see how to basically go ahead with this type of questions. Okay, so group A, they have 8 teams. I'll call them A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. Okay, now let us get into the details of this type of question कि minimum कितने matches जीतने चाहिए, maximum कितने matches जीतने चाहिए for the advancement in the next round. Okay, so A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H are the 8 teams and top 4 team qualifies for the next round. So I'll assume a scenario in which A wins every match with the team written below it. So A has won 7 matches, B has won 6 matches, C has won 5 matches, D has won 4, 3, 2, 1, and H has won 0 matches. I've just taken a scenario. This can be a possible scenario. Okay? I'll start from here and we'll try to find out what is the minimum number of matches that will guarantee my position in the next stage. Guarantee, surety se hona chahiye. Okay, now top 4 team will go to the next round. Now looking at this table, it is clearly visible that winning 3 matches will not guarantee my position in the next round. Fine, this is clearly visible. Okay. Now in the table that I have made, I have assumed that a team whose name is written above will beat the team whose name is written below it. So that means the match between A and D, the match between A and D, A was the winner and D was the loser. This is my assumption. ये मैंने assume किया है. It may be possible that the match between A and D, D was the winner. So I can subtract one win from here and pass it to the name written below it. So this may also be the scenario. Okay. So the match between A and D, मैंने assume किया है कि A winner है, but D may also win this match. Okay. So what we can do is we can transfer the wins from a team written above to the team written below. ऊपर से नीचे हम विन्स को ट्रांसफर कर सकते हैं एंड बिटवीन एनी टू टीम्स ओनली वन विन कैन बी ट्रांसफर्ड, टू विन्स कैन नॉट बी ट्रांसफर. आई कैन नॉट से दैट ए में से 2 माइनस कर दिया एंड सी में 2 ऐड कर दिया. नो, बिटवीन ए एंड सी ओनली वन मैच हैज बीन प्लेड. ओके, ऑलराइट. So now 3 matches definitely will not ensure my position in the next round. I will check if 4 matches can do that. So if I'll win 4 matches, a team who has won 4 matches, a minimum of 4 matches, is it sure that the team will go to the next round? Let's check it out. So D has won 4 matches. I will not touch this team. मैं इसको touch नहीं करूंगा. D के ऊपर C ने 5 matches जीते हैं. So I'll remove one win from here and will give it to E. So C has won 4 matches, D has won 4 matches, E has won 4 matches. Okay. So I can see that A will definitely go, B will go. Then among C, D and E, only 2 teams will go and one team will not go to the next round. So we can say that even after winning 4 matches, it may be possible that a team will not qualify for the next round. So winning 4 matches will also not ensure my position in the next round, right? So we will check for 5 matches, right? Now 5 matches is won by C. Okay, so C को हम touch नहीं करेंगे, right? Now I'll remove 2 wins from A and will give 1 win to D and 1 win to E. Then I'll remove 1 win from B and will give it to E. So A has won 5, B has won 5, C has won 5, D has won 5 matches and E has also won 5 matches. So I can see that top 5 teams have won 5 matches each, but out of these 5, only 4 teams will go to the next round and 1 team will not go to the next round. So once again, 5 matches, winning 5 matches will not ensure my position in the next round. Okay, so 5 is also not the answer. I'll go ahead and we'll check for 6. Okay. So this is the basic behind these type of tournaments. This is the complete logic that I'm giving you. Okay, I'll check for 6. Ab 6 matches B ne jeete hain. I'll not touch this team. There is only one team above B. So -1 and +1. This can only happen 6, 6 and 6. So maximum top 3 teams can win 6 matches. So 6 matches will guarantee my position in the next round. After winning 6 matches, I will definitely be among top 3. Okay, so top 4 में तो हूं ही मैं. I'm there in the top 4. Okay, so 6 matches will guarantee my position in the next round. Please look at the language of this question. Okay, minimum number of wins needed for a team in the first stage to guarantee its advancement in the next stage. So the correct answer will be option B, that is 6 matches. I hope I'm very much clear to all of you. Okay, so correct answer is B. Now question third, we have already discussed. So answer for question number 3, now you can give on the basis of our discussion up till now. Okay, so let's see question number 3. What is the highest number of wins for a team in the first stage in spite of which it would be eliminated at the end of first stage? Quickly give me an answer. I'll give you 1 minute for this. Highest number of wins for a team in the first stage in spite of which it would be eliminated at the end of the first stage. रुतुराज, अभी अंडरस्टैंड करो बेसिक्स को, कंसेप्ट्स को, ठीक है? प्लीज डोंट माइंड, बट there are students who always keep running towards the shortcuts, who keep running after the shortcuts. Okay, but shortcuts se zyada important iska concept hai. If you understand the concept, next time you will take less amount of time to solve the answer, to get the answer of this question. If you understand the logic, if you understand the concept, okay, and if you practice it 2 or 3 times, you will yourself understand the shortest method of getting the answer. Okay, so in today's class, I am dealing with the basic concepts behind these questions. So what is the highest number of wins for a team in the first stage, in spite of which it would be eliminated at the end of first stage? So basically 6 wins have guaranteed my position. So if I will win 5 matches, can I say that it may be possible that I will be eliminated? Yes. Okay, fine. So the highest number of wins, 5 in the first stage, in spite of which a team would be eliminated at the end of first stage. So the answer should be 5. So answer for this question will be 1 less than the answer for the previous question. Okay, fine. Let's move on to the next question, question number 4. What is the number of rounds in the second stage of the tournament? You all know the answer of this question. Come on. Yes, Kushagra, 5 was the answer for the previous question. You are absolutely right. Now this question, what is the number of rounds in the second stage of the tournament? We have already done that. Yes, Valerie, we'll definitely do more such questions. So this was just the beginning of games and tournaments, and in the days to come, I'll be taking many more sets, many more questions like this. Don't you worry. So what is the number of rounds in the second stage? So number of teams that reached second stage was 8. Okay, I've told you 2 raised to the power r equal to 8 will give you the number of rounds. So number of rounds here was 3. So in the second stage, the total number of rounds was 3, and that is the answer for this question. Okay, all right. So these were the 4 questions. This was the concept behind round robin and knockout tournaments. This was one type of tournament, one type of questions that we have seen. Like I told you just now, I will be definitely coming up with many more questions on games and tournaments. All right. So please wait for that. Yes, Valerie, 8 teams. So there were 3 rounds. Ruturaj, Kushagra, all of you. Wonderful to see the response that is coming from your side. Okay. So that is all from my side for the day. I hope you would have enjoyed the concepts of games and tournaments. You would have learned something new. Definitely you will have to keep revising these concepts. So what you can do is you can practice 1 or 2 questions, and if required you can watch this session's recording once again. It will be available on the YouTube. Now new batches are available for CAT 2023 preparation, so you can enroll in one of the comprehensive programs, the complete details for which are given on your screen. You can also use the link which is given in the description of the session to know more about this comprehensive program and hence be a part of BYJU'S exam prep. In case you are planning to do so, get up to 90% scholarship by taking a scholarship test, which will be conducted on 15th of April at 7 p.m. So please do register. There are limited seats for this scholarship test. ACE VARC for CAT 2023, a wonderful session taken to be taken by Vikrant sir on 22nd of April at 7 p.m. So those who are weak in VARC must be a part of this session, must attend this session. Even if you are strong in VARC, there is no harm in increasing your percentile score using this session. So please, everyone, be a part of this. 100 most expected CMAT questions. The series started from 12th of April. So you can subscribe to our YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep and keep preparing and revising for CMAT examinations. Brush up your basics by attempting quizzes. So you can get daily section-wise quizzes on our application of BYJU'S Exam Prep. So you can download the application of BYJU'S Exam Prep from the Google Store and take these quizzes to increase the amount of practice. Now for CAT, 500 most expected CAT questions. This series already started on 6th of April. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep, press the bell icon and receive all the notifications related to this series, and should not miss any session like this. All right. So friends, hope you enjoyed this session. We'll see you once again. Have a wonderful time preparing for CAT and the other management entrance examinations. Thank you very much for being a part of this session. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.